Ah, California. The land of endless sunshine and even more endless dollars. Its economy is so huge that it generates trillions of dollars in GDP each year. And hey, did you know that out of the 100 richest people in America, a whopping 26 of them call California home? That's more than any other state, not just because of its population, but because its economy is like a giant money-making machine. According to Richard Walker, a professor at UC Berkeley, California is the 5th largest economy in the world. No small feat, huh? But hey, did you notice any of the dark sides about this state? Well, there are. So join us to unravel the dark secrets behind the rich California. They will shock you. After the finding of extensive gold deposits in California, the California Gold Rush started in 1848. Due to it, California had grown to have a non-Indian and non-California population of over 110,000 by 1850. California was like, hey, we're here and we're mighty, and managed to become a free state without any territorial drama, thanks to its growing influence. And education was a big deal too. Shortly after becoming a state, California decided to invest in nearly universal elementary school education. After all, smart minds are valuable minds, right? Fast forward to World War II, and this state was the go-to place for defense production and aerospace manufacturing. US's dollars poured in, and with a bunch of skilled workers, the state was unstoppable. Since 1945, it became a hotbed for manufacturing electronic goodies like computers, machinery, and transportation equipment. They were on a roll, but aircraft and naval construction took a nosedive during this time. The great Stanford University and its brilliant graduates played a major role in shaping its electronics and high-tech industry. Thanks to Frederick Terman, Stanford's Dean of Engineering, helped big tech companies like Hewlett-Packard, Varian Associates, Fairchild Semiconductor, and Intel Corporation to grow and become successful. Southern California also had its share of the spotlight. It wasn't just the land of sunshine, it was also a breeding ground for innovations in retailing. Ever wondered where your favorite fast food chains were born? California, of course. A&W Restaurants, McDonald's, Taco Bell, and Panda Express all made their grand debut here. Even credit cards like Visa Incorporated and MasterCard have California roots. They sure know how to pay it forward. To be honest, if California were its own country, it would be among the most important and influential ones. Back in the groovy 1970s, the state was rocking it. The economy was doing great thanks to defense and tech sectors, and more people were migrating there for awesome opportunities. Private companies, innovation, and entrepreneurship created a powerful mix, leading to big companies and lots of well-paid jobs. But then, trouble started boiling. Some local guys didn't want any new buildings or developments in their neighborhoods, and this NIMBY movement, also known as Not in My Backyard, became popular. Politicians joined in, making things worse. They made strict rules on what kind of homes could be built, mostly single-family homes. California began looking like one big suburb instead of a diverse cityscape. Also, they got super serious about the environment, which meant even fewer places to build. And that's when the trouble began. More people moving in, but not enough homes to go around. Prices shot up like crazy. From 1970 to 2016, home prices have more than quadrupled, making it tough for many to find an affordable place to live, and 80% faster than the rest of the United States. It's like a sad joke. California, once the land of dreams, turned into a place where owning a home became nearly impossible for many. But as the homes became less affordable, there were other troubles on the horizon. The early 1990s marked the end of the Cold War, and the United States finally got its peace dividend. But that spelled bad news for California. After relying heavily on military and research budgets for 5 decades, the funding dried up, causing a big economic hit. Unemployment and poverty went through the roof as big companies collapsed, and others left California to escape high taxes. Sure, California's economy managed to claw its way back, but not without permanent scars. Hundreds of thousands of regular blue-collar jobs vanished, and they were replaced by a smaller number of high-paying gigs in the tech sector. But guess what? Those fancy tech jobs couldn't absorb all the people who were jobless. Even highly skilled people from all over the US swooped in to snatch those tech roles, leaving many locals out in the cold. While the tech sector brought value and tax revenue, it created a huge inequality issue. The number of decent-paying jobs shrank, and the middle class started disappearing. On top of that, the cost of living and housing rose, making life even harder. And as if that wasn't enough, the California government decided to stop funding for social programs, including state-funded mental institutions. Tough times for the guys who needed the support the most. Without the state money, places that once treated people couldn't keep up anymore, forcing many to shut down. Thousands of people with severe mental issues were left out on the streets, and that just made the homeless population problem worse. See, since the 1980s, California had already been fighting with a significant growth in homelessness, thanks to the rising cost of living and the federal government cutting funding for affordable housing for those in poverty. To tackle this, California came up with so-called Tolerant Containment Policy. Quite the name, right? Here's the deal with that policy. Homeless people were directed to certain containment areas where they could camp on the streets, and sometimes the local government provided some basic amenities. It was supposed to keep the problem in check without costing much, unlike New York, which has state-funded shelters. But as the homeless population grew, the containment policy proved to be a big failure. It spiraled out of control, and without the proper shelter system, things got messier. Today, despite most Californians loving the state for its diversity and all, a new poll found that 4 in 10 Californians are seriously thinking about packing their bags and moving out. The main culprit? The sky-high living costs. Oh, how things have changed in the dream place. The state has been facing some tough times lately, and the numbers don't lie. According to the US Census data, California's population has been shrinking for 3 years in a row. And guess what? It has been losing a lot of money too. A study by MyElisting.com found that no state lost more tax income from people moving away than California. In just 2021, the state said goodbye to over $340 million in tax revenue because residents decided to move out. Now here's the mystery. Why are the wealthy people leaving the Golden State? Well, it turns out that around 40% of the people have thought about leaving because the cost of living is crazy high. But there's something interesting about the rich moving away that we can't quite figure out. You know it's a big deal when even big shots like Elon Musk, the tech guy, decided to leave California for Texas in December 2021. And he's not the only one. Entertainers like Joe Rogan and Rob Schneider also packed their bags and left the state, and they didn't hold back on their opinions about its politics. Hey, even actor Scott Baio, after living in California for a whopping 45 years, announced he was moving to Florida on 3rd of May 2023. Ah yes, Florida. It was the big winner in IRS tax income for migration. According to a real estate study, the Sunshine State struck it big with $12.4 billion increase in tax revenue. Meanwhile, Texas and Arizona were also celebrating their tax benefits from migration. But alas, poor California, New York, and Illinois found themselves in the dumps as the biggest losers in this tax migration game. And the financial struggles in California? They're as real as a sunburn on a tourist's nose. Only 29% of Californians felt happy with the economy, down from 41% before 2020. Almost half are just getting by and can't save any money for emergencies. As for making ends meet, over a quarter of people are having a rough time. The tough times hit communities of color even harder. Black and Latino people reported facing more challenges due to their race and ethnicity. Well, that's rude. It's a tough road for Black women and Hispanic women, with a big 81% and 62% respectively, facing barriers to getting fair wages. And here's a shocker. California was losing residents left and right. In 2022, the state said goodbye to more than 138,400 people. But hey, there's a bright side to the population decline cloud. The state's losing streak is slowing down thanks to more people moving in after the dreadful COVID-19 pandemic. Right now, it's home to about 38.9 million people. but that number's taken a dip from the previous year by 0.35%. Don't get too excited though, because the previous year's drop was even worse at 0.53%, with over 200,000 people leaving to the Golden State. Let's hope things turn around and California can bounce back from this rough patch. Fingers crossed!